to the second episode of Snowfall, season 5, episode 2, called Commitment. Commitment, the reason why I think they call it commitment, because I think that this episode is more about Reed. And if you don't know who Reed is the former, shall I say, plug of Franklin. He trying to get his job back. And, I think, like I said, by being titled Commitment, is really showing us how much Reed, aka Teddy, he did the Tupac Machiavelli thing, enter Reed. No, he said, uh, exit Reed, enter Teddy, or enter Teddy. Hold on, which one was it? What he told him? Yeah. So, Teddy, he in, but that's why I think they call it commitment. You know what I'm saying? It's for, showing how much he loves his job. Now, one thing we got to remember going into season 2, because which we didn't, I mean, not season 2, episode 2, which we didn't understand. Nobody in episode 1 of season 5 understood that Franklin old lady was pregnant. That's why when the friends and Peaches and Jerome them seen that he was doing and handling things certain ways, they were like, looking at Franklin sideways, because a lot of them don't understand the pressure that's even more on Franklin now that he has a baby. And this we gonna have to wonder, does Reed really like Grady, or what I'm saying, does he like him, or is it just he just want his job back? Also, will Jerome die? I'm wondering about Jerome. I'm a little nervous about Jerome. That's what I'm wondering. And can Franklin trust Reed? Yeah, and that's a lot of people's wonder right now is what's going on. But I like to write down, brainstorm. Okay. Let's talk about the situation of the show. Okay. Starting out, we get Reed. Reed, he really is showing that the job is important to him as it's starting off. He detoxing himself. He out in the woods, forest, whatever, running around, stop using drugs, stop drinking, trying to get his mind back right to come back and hopefully take over the job that he once had, which now Grady, the new plug, the cooler plug that Franklin has. Now, Reed is following people. He's stalking people. I guess, he got a lot of time on his hands. He ain't been to work in a year, so he watching his wife, his ex-son, and seeing what they doing. But he also stalking people. Now, he's followed the guy who's his boss to a restaurant somewhere, and, basically he's coming in with a plan. Now, Reed's plan is, basically to try to get in good favor to work his way back into the job that he once had. You can tell the guy who he stalking, the boss or the guy that can get him back in, he really don't too much care for Reed. Look like Reed just get on his nerve. He bring up the fact that Reed is stalking him, letting him know, like, in a way, like, you annoying the hell out of me, you stalking me and this and that. So Reed bring up a situation that's beneficial to the CIA. And the guy like, well, okay, since, what I'm saying, you are a former member of the CIA, what I'm saying, let me know what you could do and we could work together, basically. This is what Reed way of, what I'm saying, getting back into the game, basically. Now they also show Harvey is back. Harvey the gun runner. This is the guy who really gave Franklin his run. The right guy who really trusted Franklin, gave Franklin really the first dope pack he ever had. Basically Harvey is Franklin's OG, basically. Even though Harvey is not from the block though. Harvey is a guy he ran across when he was selling weed. All right. But Harvey basically is his OG. He gave him his first sack. You know what I'm saying? He gave Franklin his first sack. So Franklin, took off running with it, but Harvey is back in this episode. Harvey got somebody tied up, somebody that I guess that Reed need to get information from. But Harvey go to him and tell him, he done paid guards off this and that. They still got jerked off. So Reed, like, well, go on, handle your business, do what you got to do, and just hit me back. But I need to know what's going on about this situation. I'm thinking that Reed whole plan was to try to get the see the plan that Reed was telling them about that was going on that he could that he was telling the agent that they need help on is that there were 7 American guys that will get kidnapped or something. So I'm guessing that Reed was going to try to use Harvey to get the 7 people and let go, so that'll look good, so they can get Reed back reinstated into the job that the new plug Grady got. So he lead Harvey, Harvey tell him, you know what I'm saying, I want to get my commission. So basically his commission, from what I feel, was him trying to connect to the people so they could let the people go, which would have helped Teddy Reed, the old plug, get his job back. Now, said Teddy is using the 7 Americans as a play to try to get his job back, like I just said. Basically, at the same time, while he's getting a gun, while he's trying to get his to get his job back, he's telling he goes back and he sees the his boss, the guy that could help him get his job back, and he explains to him, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of my gun money has slowed down for the war, you know what I'm saying, things ain't going right, you know, Grady ain't doing what he's supposed to do, basically. So, you know what I'm saying, if y'all need me to, y'all need to go and let me get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? But now that whole scene was to show you how it was that Teddy, the reason why Teddy was in the first episode going around in fake undercover clothes and watching Grady, because Grady, the boss of Grady, who was overseeing Grady, told Reed to go and watch Grady to see what's going on if Grady is doing what he's supposed to do. So Grady was being watched by Reed in the first episode to see if he was completing the job that he was supposed to be doing, but Grady was not. All right. Now, Franklin reads in the newspaper, you know, that Thalia is still on the run, but Franklin knows that Thalia ain't on the run because Franklin got robbed to kill Thalia. Then Franklin killed Rob. So Franklin gets up. Franklin leaves. He go meets the new plug, Grady. As he goes to meet Grady, you know, Grady. He tells Grady. Grady drops the prices. I'm sorry, y'all. Grady drops the prices for a plane ride. You know what I'm saying? He tell him he'll drop the prices, which it shows just how cool that Grady is with Franklin, and that Grady really ain't doing the job that he's supposed to be doing, because Grady just come in dropping prices just out of nowhere. He tell Franklin, if you give me a ride on your plane, I'll drop the prices. You know, like that really like show that, you know, Grady is nowhere near Reed. Grady and Reed are two different things. Reed handle his business. Grady is out here playing, you know. So at this time they taking the plane ride, you know, Grady, and you can see the relationship of Grady and Franklin get a little bit, it's way better than Reed's. They talk about life, they talk about money, they talking about children. You can see that Franklin is very comfortable around Grady more than he is around Reed. You see Teddy meet with the boss. Yeah, like I told y'all, Teddy meet with the boss, the guy, you know, who he's trying to tell the people to put him back in Grady's spot. You know, Teddy wants to be the plug again of Franklin. You know, he want his old job back. So he go meet with the guy and he tell on Grady basically. He telling him that Grady out here, you know, he cool, he laid back, he all right guy. He said, but he out here, he's stealing money. Grady going out here stealing the CIA money. He's skimming off the top of their money. And Reed saying he's becoming too cool with Franklin, even doing business ventures with Franklin, real estate deals. And also, he's sleeping with one of Franklin's bodyguards, female bodyguards, you know, which is a major problem for Reed. Reed really don't like this. You know, this is something, not only does Reed not like this, but this is something I'm guessing that Grady should not be doing as he's working with Franklin and doing these type of deals, you know, drug deals. He should be more, basically Grady should be more like Reed was. Grady is flamboyant. Grady is living a life, and he's an agent. He shouldn't be out there doing drugs, uh, buying cars, living in big mansions. He putting a sign, he advertised and putting a sign on their back, basically, and that's something that they don't need. So Grady is really causing a lot of problems, even though he's cool with. I mean, Franklin don't like Grady more, but he's really making things worse for Franklin in the long run. Uh, Franklin goes to see his old lady after this scene, Franklin's new girlfriend, which I always say, like I said in the last video, Franklin, has a bad habit of choosing women. He got a bad way of picking women. They always turn out bad on the end for him. But like I said, I can't really say too much for this one. He doing real estate with this one. She got finna have Franklin's baby. She got paperwork on the floor, where Franklin's signing for trust funds for the baby. Basically, you could see that I didn't really like that point of it when I seen that. It kind of threw me off of with her as kind of untrustworthy. I don't know why it just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, why the baby ain't even here, and you already got me. You already worried Franklin was signing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know she getting prepared, but I'm like, what you waiting on? What you got planned that Franklin ain't gonna be able to do this later? But she already got the paperwork down there, for him to sign. And Franklin tell her that he love her, he gonna give her the world, that he gonna make her a partner or a part owner of a building that he done bought. And they laying back and they happy, enjoying themselves. Franklin living their life, finna have a child. What I'm saying, got a good woman by his side so far. He got a good woman by his side. And Franklin loves her, what I'm saying? Like I say, he take care of her, just really showing you, what I'm saying? Basically that clip was just show you where him and her are going in their relationship and what she wants going on in their relationship. And I think she wants to look for comfortability, stability, make sure that her and her child will be straight if something happens to Franklin. But my thing is, why are you focused on that so early? Why? Yeah, the baby's not even here yet. You can have a miscarriage. Like, but we'll see about that later on. And Franklin, basically has thrown a meeting now. He wants to talk to the family or not really big anymore, but what I'm saying, not the group not really big anymore, but he talks to Jerome, he talks to Louis, him and his girlfriend, and Peaches is there. And basically Franklin's talking about the business. He tells them that he needs 10 million apiece for a business that he got going, that and in due time they'll recuperate their money and even make more if they have to sell it, to Jerome and Louis. Louis is sitting there as usual. It's funny how they got Louis, sitting in the big seat, and they got Jerome out sitting on the outside. And as usual, Louis is calling the shots because when like Franklin and Franklin girlfriend tell Louis the plan, Louis had this like, this funny look on her face, like, well, okay, like whatever, like she ain't really interested. Louis is acting real crazy. I don't know what's going on with Louis, but she acting real crazy. Like a bitch. I'm just saying it like that. But she like, nah, we'll look over basically. Like whenever we feel like it, we'll check it out, whatever. But Franklin sits down, let them know about Rob, and Louis asks him, Louis asks Franklin about Rob, what's up with Rob and the guy Thalia. And Franklin sits down and tell him, like, hey, Rob gone and Thalia gone. And everybody, and they like Rob, because, Rob close to them. Rob was how they really started out. And so you can see everybody eyes surprised, and you can even see Peaches look like, yeah, tell him, like, nigga, tell him what you did to Rob, And as he told Rob, you could see Jerome, he was uncomfortable with it. Louis looked like she hated that Rob was gone, had to be dealt with. But Jerome, I think Jerome, the way he leaned forward, it kind of like made him feel some certain way about, his nephew at this point. Like the way he was looking forward, it looked like in a scene he was trying to look into Louis' eyes to say, like, you see how this nigga doing? Like, you see how Neff getting down now? But that the scene cut off, so I really couldn't tell. Okay, yeah, everyone is hurt behind Rob. Wanda hates her job. She had a call service. Guy in there don't want to pay her. Wanda is Leon's ex-girlfriend who's addicted to crack. Now she's off drugs. She trying to go the straight route, but she hate her job. Guy keep trying her. Well, he tried her sexually. She went in there and played him, knocked his cocaine over, and told him she quit. I like Wanda's character. I like the role that she plays. Sassy. Strong. You know, she willing to do whatever. She kind of remind me of Louis, and without the addiction. I'm gonna put it to you like that. Yeah, Wanda reminds me of Louis without the addiction. But I think that Wanda could be a Louis, but a more satisfied Louis. Like Wanda don't want the world. Wanda look like she just want to be happy, in my opinion. Like she just want to be comfortable. She don't have the ambitions of a Louis. Basically, let me put it like that. Also, Gustavo shows up. The wrestler from the beginning of. For those that don't know, this is the wrestler that Franklin asked for an autograph before he became the Birdman. Shall we say? Franklin always, liked Gustavo, but Gustavo basically the second asset. Now, the old plug, which is Reed Teddy, as they call him, this is his second asset, Gustavo. By asset, I mean this is the guy who Reed used to front the bricks and they make the money and bring it back. Now, he shows up where Gustavo is taking some kids to school and, he talking to him and, basically he there to question, Gustavo's loyalty. Like, Gustavo, are you still going to ride with me? We still cool. You still, Gustavo, like, yeah, we're going to do what we do. He was like, but, it's a new dude named Grady, the new plug. It's a new dude named Grady. Grady cool. Basically telling Reed, like, Reed, he ain't like you with a stick up his ass and basically doing the job how it's supposed to be done, but he cool. But, Reed letting him know, like, he a problem. He ain't doing his job right. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I gotta, that's gonna get dealt with. But I'm here to let you know that Grady probably ain't gonna be around in a minute. And if me and you get back if I get back in the spot, are you down to ride with your boy Teddy or Reed as they call him? So Gustavo, it's a ghost, Gustavo. Uh, it's a ghost, Gustavo. Let me see. Harvey. Harvey always up to something. Harvey here. Harvey is a pure business. He pure business. Basically, Harvey's pure business. But Harvey is selling guns to Jerome and Louis in this scene. Now, you see Jerome and Louis, they got on their outfits, iced up, big chains, they buying guns. Harvey telling them, he admire they love. They like Bonnie and Clyde. He wish he could have what they got kind of in a way. Saying somebody love him, they rich, they showing like they happy, they should be happy. As they leaving out, Harvey telling them, next time come stay for a minute, come chill. They want to chill with him. He care for him. So as they leaving out, they go sit in the car, and Louis say something about Harvey, and Jerome be like, we ain't trying to worry about what Harvey got going on in his head to make you go crazy, basically. So she then asked Jerome, "Do you think he right by what he's saying?" He like, "What?" Okay, I will, bro. I will. I might have to come back on and do another, but damn. Yeah, while they sitting in the car, she asks Jerome, goes into him and asks him like, "Hey, are you happy?" And Jerome is like, "Well, yeah, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I could buy anything I want here. Yeah, I'm happy." You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, you should be happy too. But I think what people not thinking about in this scene is that by her accent, Jerome, was he happy? It basically showed that Louis really has no purpose. Louis don't really, it showed that Louis really don't know why she in the game. Like, Louis got everything that she want. Louis should be happy. But when she asked that question, When she asked that question, that really showed that Louis had no purpose of nothing that she was doing. Louis need a baby or something, a child or something. See, Louis need to see the world from a different light. That's what Louis need to do. Louis too focused on trying to be a boss bitch, basically. Louis about to fuck everything up. And she basically, tells Jerome that, thank you for being by my side. I know you didn't want to get in the drug game, but thank you for being here and choosing me and being by my side. You are a king among men. Basically that kind of let me know that I could possibly see Jerome getting killed later because she made it a point. She made it a point to come on out. Look how they keep leading the points from the first episode to the second episode with even Franklin saying, I know you didn't leave. I know Jerome didn't leave on his own. You told him to do that. That's another way of them saying like, damn, Jerome could possibly get killed following Louis. And then he come back in the second show and say what he just said. You know what I'm saying? Hello, he come back in the second show and then she say, I know you did this for me. You didn't want to get in the game. That's another way if something was to happen to Jerome, it'll be like, damn, Jerome got killed all behind Louis, getting in the game with Louis. So I think Jerome might be on the chopping block in probably later down at the end of these episodes, y'all. So we got to be watching out for Jerome. I think Jerome might end up gone. So y'all be waiting. Okay. Franklin calling his mama, telling his mama she in Cuba, basically that he got a baby on the way. The connection ain't right. Franklin, clearly misses his mama. You could tell, from the conversation and how he looking. He wishes she were there. I guess Franklin really wants, what I'm saying, a lot of people by his side. You know what I'm saying? Well, somebody by his side. And I think at most he would want his mom there the way it's looking. But she always over there. Don't know what it may end up about him not being able to get in contact with his mama that good. But from what we understand, his mama okay, so that's good so far. Also, he tells his mama that his girlfriend is pregnant. The mom sounds happy. You know, I think that Franklin really wants his mom there because his mom is always there to level his head out. And with him having that baby, I think he's more stressful. He got more on his back, and he like, damn, I really wish my mom was here so she could help me get through, mentally with this stress and what's going on. So I think that's what a phone call, and I think that's why they showed that, Franklin. No, okay, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, damn, see that messes me up. Yeah, he tells mama the babe on the way, and you know what I'm saying? I think his mama being there takes a lot of pressure off him, basically. Like he needs his mom there, but Franklin grown now, he just can't say, Mama, I need you, like that. But Reed confronts Grady. Now Reed just show up in his man house. He's sitting at the table telling him how he like his wine. He liked the selection of wine that Grady picks. Now, Reed is from front Grady about the fact that Grady had been stunned. He living a lavish life as an agent. He shouldn't be doing this. He putting markers on his back. He putting the agency in big trouble by doing this. He shouldn't be out here stunned, flossing, and going into business deals with Franklin. He shouldn't be having sex with Franklin's help. Basically, you doing too much. You need to chill out, bro. That's what he's showing up telling him. Now, Grady showing up like Grady telling them straight up, like, hey, yeah, I took some money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think they was gonna miss it. Yeah, I'm living a lavish life because I'm an agent basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Grady just sitting there basically just telling them like, I'm doing he feel like I'm doing what he's supposed to do and everything's still going to flow. Grady is really blind to the fact of what he's doing. Even though the ship is still sailing, the ship still may fall because Grady is out here, stunned and doing things that he shouldn't be doing, like especially going into business with Frank in real estate. Like, what the hell are you doing? This is something that could tie us to Franklin. If somebody was to ever look up, they'll look up and see that an agent is in a business with a big time black drug dealing kingpin. That'll make the story even more believable if the ship was to fall. So, Grady, as they're talking about the process, Reed is telling them, basically you out, bro. The superiors of our agency, they want you out the way. You doing too much. I'm finna come back, and basically you got to go. So he pulls out this gun, sets it on the table, go to talking trash. This is Grady saying this. Grady is saying, you know, um, basically Reed is the person who messed all this up, and that he basically ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He been doing what's right with it, what everybody been telling him to do, and what he feels is right anyway in his mind, Grady's mind. And basically, he's not going anywhere. So Reed politely gives up and tell him, at the end of the day, get the cars up. You can keep them cars, you can keep certain stuff, but you know what I'm saying, the job over with. Grady proceeds to threaten the CIA, which is crazy as hell. That's the dumbest thing he could have fucking did, especially with Reed showing so much commitment to the agency, and which is why I had to say, did Reed really dislike Grady, or did he just want his position back? And I think that Reed mind is so focused on being a patriot that he didn't really dislike Grady. He disliked what Grady was doing, and that the reason well, I haven't got to that yet, but yeah, so basically he threatens that he will tell on the CIA and this, that, and the other, and basically Reed leaves. He just leaves, telling them, it's over for you. You keep the cars. You need to get the hell on. And that's when he threatened Reed by the CIA. Now, Leon and Wanda, now, the old couple, Leon, used to be in love with Wanda. They had a relationship. Leon still cared for Wanda. Wanda come to him complaining about the job she just quit. Basically, she want to come back and get back in the game, but Leon like, nah, we tried that before. You don't need to be sitting around it all day anyway, all day anyway. So let me make it easy for you. You ain't coming back out here to do no work for me. So we got to see and wonder what it is that Wanda is about to go do next to try to get her some income, get her some money. I hope it ain't nothing to go against Leon or Franklin. Hopefully, she find her a new wave of making money without, what I'm saying, going back to drugs or being around drugs. That's what I'm hoping for her. But look what else going on. Yeah, he turns her down. Reed kills Grady. Well, Grady is basically about to lay down, I guess, to some time after Reed left and told him that he got it, that the job is over for him. Grady is drinking wine, and all of a sudden, Grady just falls down and falls out. And here comes Reed walking down the hallway as Grady is dying. He's poisoned Grady. And Reed basically explains to Grady that this is nothing personal on why I'm killing you. It's basically that you weren't doing your job. You know how agents do, CIA agents, I guess, he eliminated the problem, and Grady was a problem. So he was telling them it's not personal. I'm not doing this because also Grady was, antagonizing, Reed trying to, downgrade him, talking about his wife and his children on, why is it that you doing this job because don't nobody care about you and this? And Reed was telling him, it is nothing personal on why I'm killing you. It's just you're not doing your job. And this is showing Reed's commitment to the job that he's trying to get back. And also I feel it's because, Grady stood up there and said he was gonna tell the world basically that about the mission that they was giving drugs to a young black man and he was funding the war. So that's another reason why Reed probably poisoned him and got rid of him anyway. Which Grady had to go after that anyway. Grady is like Rob. Grady is, let me put it to you, Grady is the CIA's Rob. When he said that, he had to get dealt with. You see what I'm saying? Even as, because he's on drugs for one. And, when people become angry, they'll go and they'll tell the world anything when they become upset. So Grady became a Rob at that point. And Teddy had to handle Grady like Franklin had to handle Rob. So that was very stupid of him to do that. But what happens next? All right, Reed kills Grady. Reed sees Franklin, the second asset, I mean, the first asset, Reed, Franklin is Reed's first asset. Then there's Gustavo. Now, when he shows up to Franklin's house, Franklin runs to the door. He thinking it's his baby mama forgot a key. He's surprised when he see Reed. He just like he didn't seen the devil. Like, what the hell you doing back? But at the same time, a little startled to see Reed. So he Reed like, can I come in? Franklin like, yeah, yeah, hell yeah, you come in. Let him in the house. Reed walk in. He walk in looking around, and as he walking in, Franklin just standing there looking like damn. You can't see Franklin's face because it's from a distance, but you could tell Franklin sitting there like, what the hell is Reed doing? Now you got to remember, Franklin know that Reed is the reason that his father is disappeared or is dead. So that's why another reason why Franklin is probably looking like, damn, like he here to kill me or he here to talk. That's why he looking so surprised when he opened the door. So when he come in, he watching him, he looking at him. They go to talk and Reed go around and go sit down. And, he telling them, how good, what I'm saying, Franklin doing, what I'm saying. He been hearing about how much money he been making and everything straight for him and all this and that. So Franklin, asked him, do you want a cigar? He was like, I don't know if he said yes. I can't remember if he said yes or no or something like that. But he go to the cigar box, open up the cigar box, and Reed sits down and continue. He goes to talking to Franklin about Grady, because Franklin goes to tell him, things are going straight, everything being run good, everything all right, but Reed basically had to tell him, like, hey, everything that's been going on with you and Grady ain't good. Grady is not here to help you. Grady is about to make the ship sink. Man, the ship sink. You and Grady doing business ventures was not a good idea. You shouldn't have did that with Grady, but I can understand. You thought that would protect you better with Grady. Basically, Grady stealing money. Grady is going to bring the whole ship down. And basically, you need to get things in order with everybody. Like he basically seems like he was kind of threatening Franklin in a way, like telling Franklin, what I'm saying, like, look, ain't no more mistakes, can't be no more slip ups, what I'm saying, basically letting them know ain't nothing like that finna happen, this, that, and the other, and things need to go right. I ain't got time to play no more. And Franklin already feel like that anyway due to the pressure that he already got on his back anyway about the fact that if everything fails, he going on that he got a child now, so he already got that attitude that I ain't playing with nobody and nothing finna mess up anyway. So he accepted, and they both leave. They both, talk in front, and Teddy is going out the door. But when Teddy goes out the door, it shows you that the cigar box had a gun in it, which let us know, the fans know, the public know that Franklin doesn't trust Reed anymore, which he shouldn't have a reason to trust him anymore. He killed his father. We know now, episode name Commitment, but Ted had been showing his commitment to the cause, especially when he killed Franklin's father. So I think Franklin really understands that is Teddy is somebody to fear, basically, which he been knew that when he found out that Teddy might be an agent, but he knows now that Teddy really is somebody to fear due to the commitment of the job that he has. So like Franklin has a lot to worry about. He also asks Reed about the prices of the drugs. He wanted to. The guy promised, Gary Grady promised Franklin 9,000 a key. Franklin was hoping that Reed would keep his word on the 9,000 a key, but Reed was like, no deal. We back up. We gonna keep it at 10. Which shows y'all that Reed is not playing and Reed has commitment to the job. Reed is not finna play. Reed is more focused than Grady. And also letting the new people come into the season know that, Reed is stern. You know what I'm saying? He gonna stay doing the job the way he's supposed to. He loves his job. That's what makes Reed dangerous, is the fact that he loves this job so much. And I think Reed is looking at it as if I've invested so much into this job, I can't just let it go. Reed is, if you watch from season 1 to season 5, this is a guy who really just let his family just go in order for him to be an agent. So I think he has so much invested into the job that Reed is willing to do anything, murder anything, make anything disappear, including Franklin, his entire family, to keep that cocaine moving for that mission. So that's why this episode is named Commitment. But can I think this answers the question of what everybody's been wondering. Can Franklin trust Reed? No. Hell no. Franklin cannot trust Reed. In no way, shape, form, Franklin should ever trust Reed. As I just explained, commitment. He loves the job. Reed will kill anything or anybody. Reed probably would have killed his ex-wife. Depending on, if that wasn't his ex-wife, Reed probably would have killed his ex-wife for trying to sabotage his case. That's one of the other reasons why Reed was put off the job, because his wife was trying to give up information on Reed, was telling his boss that Reed was out there fucking up, and trying to get his assets exposed, and that's why Reed got took off the case. But Reed is dangerous for Frank. But the thing is, for Franklin can't do anything to Reed. Reed can do something to Franklin. That's Franklin's biggest. And like I said, it's crazy that in that episode, the guy told Franklin, heavy is the head that wear the crown. Like I said in episode 1, heavy is the head that wear the crown. Franklin got a lot on his shoulders. You see what I'm saying? Reed is not a normal enemy. Reed is an agent. He can't do anything to Reed, but Reed can knock him off the board just like that. So this is, I think, going to add a lot more pressure on. This is going to add a lot more pressure on Franklin when Reed being back, and we already see with Franklin commitment. Franklin has the commitment to keep the game afloat, just like Reed. You see what I'm saying? Franklin is willing to murder, kill, get people out the way, make people disappear now, just like Reed. They're really the same person. They're just on different sides. See that, and I see what they doing now. They really showing you basically these like two kings that's finna go to war. Reed and Franklin gonna have to go to war, y'all. I hope y'all people really understand that. One of them gonna have to go off the board. Either gonna have to be, they gonna compromise something, but one of them are gonna have to go. It's gonna either be Franklin or Reed, because it's too much at stake. It's too much at stake, and I don't think they're gonna let Franklin just try to slide off into the sunset. You see what I'm saying? But they're gonna become threats of each other at some point. I guarantee you that. But this episode, wasn't that much, action in it like we was expecting. But I kind of figured that it won. I'm expecting the third one to be better, but this was basically Reed's episode. This is Reed's comeback episode. This is Reed, you know what I'm saying? Not Reed showing, but this is the writers of the show showing that Reed is back, and Reed is back with a vengeance. Reed is not playing with anybody. If you play with him, he gonna take you off the board. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's all going on with Reed. Now, when I go back to Louis and Jerome, I think that Jerome lets Louis run everything. Jerome needs to put his foot down on Louis. Louis, like I said earlier, Louis don't really know what she wants. She just proved that by even having to ask what she happened. When she asked what she happened, that right there let us as fans of the show and people who are watching know that Louis ain't got no purpose, like I said. Louis just doing stuff just to do it. And Louis come up with an idea, she get it, and then she unsatisfied. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, Louis need a baby or something to make her see the world from a different light because Louis trying to be a boss bitch gonna end up fucking everything up. She want too much and she ain't never satisfied. She ain't never satisfied. You balling, you got everything. You and your husband buying guns, cars, houses, restaurants, clubs, and you still got something and ask yourself, are you happy? No, and we gonna see where this carry us later on in the season with her having to ask herself if she happy. And I think this really like showed us, like I say, that something is wrong with Louis, and Louis just is not satisfied, which is gonna bring a lot of problems. Her having to ask that one question is gonna bring a lot of problems to the organization, to Franklin, because an unhappy nigga is not good for survival. You feel what I'm saying? And Louis want too much power, and nah, Louis about to fuck everything up. But like I said, that was a good episode though. But I'm looking for more. I'm looking forward to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Franklin trusting Reed is a no. He should not trust Reed at all. But this is gonna put, like I said, a lot of pressure on Franklin. I'm sure he finna go step on some niggas. He finna make sure that things is really tight. Nobody but not mess up or play with him, because now the pressure is on him from Reed, and Reed coming back, and Reed is not playing. Reed is ready to go through anything or anybody to get the job done. But that's all I gotta say about this episode, y'all. I hope y'all share the videos. I hope y'all like it. Can't really go into too much about, the game of it in this episode. I would like to, but just something for me to do, make these videos. I love this show. I like this show. And, like I said, I want to give my point of view of it. And, talk. Also, I forgot about this. Leon, spending his money, more like a hood activist, taking the kids to go to the beach, experience more about life. I like what Leon's doing. Um, Leon making a lot of money, but Leon, by him being an activist, I like the part when he said about, what's the point of me going to spend all this money on a building that they're gonna try to keep black people out of? That let me know that Leon is very conscious of his neighborhood, and he sees that even though I'm selling dope, I can still give people hope and help them. Like I said in the first episode, about this first episode, Leon uh, he's really not in love with the game like that, but he's still gonna enforce it because that's how he can change people's lives or make people's lives better. And I think Leon gonna stay in the game, but I think it's gonna be a time where Franklin gonna need his support, and that's gonna call a riff rap between them. You know what I'm saying? But because Leon really is not trying to take it to that route of killing people like that no more. He could have killed the little boy, that stole the shoe. I mean, that stole the money for the shoes, but due to the fact of him, having to kill a little girl, and stuff like that, he ain't trying to stoop to that level no more. So, that's just Leon, coming back. Not saying that it may be something that bring Leon back to a killer. Maybe Wanda going off and trying to journey into some, and she may get into some, and here come Leon, still in love, hurt from her death, and Leon got to go lay some people down. So we don't know where, Leon may end up. Maybe he may leave out and become a preacher or something like that, or maybe Leon might become a Scully. But also Scully will be coming up. I can't wait to see what's going on with Scully. I've seen some clips about him. But I just like to thank y'all for y'all support, for watching the videos. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do the other episode tomorrow on episode 3. I'm gonna watch it tonight though. But just thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. I hope y'all like the videos. Please share the videos. Uh, like I always say, if you want to support the channel, there's a description down to a new channel. Subscribe to that. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, support the channel, the links are in the description. And I will be making the third video tomorrow. Just stay tuned and share the videos as much as you can on Snowfall platforms or any Snowfall link that you can. This easy work. I'm out.